Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where distraction is the norm, where validation is sought in likes, comments, and fleeting acknowledgments. It's easy to get lost in the endless chase for recognition, approval, and connection. But let me tell you, this chase will not bring fulfillment. It will not build character. It will not create the life you aspire to lead. So what's the alternative? Stop begging, stop chasing, stop texting excessively, and stop playing games. Instead, focus on what truly matters. The first step is recognizing your self-worth. You are not defined by how others perceive you or what they can offer you. Your worth stems from the discipline, effort, and authenticity you bring to your own life. Stop seeking external approval and start building internal strength. Second, shift your energy toward a purpose-driven life. People who are grounded in their goals and values don't have time for games. They know where they're going and they act with intention. When you live with purpose, you naturally attract those who respect your vision and share your values. Third, adopt the principle of intentional communication. This means being clear, direct, and respectful in your interactions. There's no need to manipulate or deceive. If someone doesn't reciprocate your effort or interest, walk away with your dignity intact. Let's talk about boundaries. Respect is a two-way street. It's not about controlling others, it's about controlling yourself, your time, your energy, your emotions. When you set boundaries, you communicate that you value yourself and expect others to do the same. Authenticity is your strongest asset. If you're playing games, whether it's withholding affection, creating unnecessary drama, or pretending to be someone you're not, you're sabotaging your potential for genuine connection. Be yourself unapologetically. Now, I don't mean to suggest that life will always be straightforward. Rejection will happen. Challenges will arise, but this is where emotional resilience comes into play. Learn to withstand the storms without crumbling. Don't let setbacks derail you, let them teach you. Seek mutuality. In relationships, in work, in life, look for partnerships that are reciprocal, where both parties invest effort and respect. Relationships built on chasing or begging are inherently imbalanced and unsustainable. The way forward is simple but profound focus on your growth. Act with integrity. Respect yourself and others. Build your life around purpose, authenticity, and mutual respect. The world will meet you at the level you demand, not the level you beg for. So stop the games. Stop the chasing. Instead, stand firm in your worth and let your actions speak louder than words. Self-worth and dignity form the foundation of a meaningful life. They begin with understanding that your value is intrinsic, not something dictated by external achievements or others' opinions. You are inherently valuable, and that value remains constant, regardless of successes or failures. This is not about arrogance, it's about acknowledging your right to respect and kindness, both from others and yourself. When you truly understand your worth, you naturally set standards for how you should be treated. These standards are not about unrealistic expectations, but about ensuring mutual respect, fairness, and authenticity. If someone fails to meet these standards, you have the courage to walk away, knowing that compromising your dignity diminishes your self-respect. Saying no without guilt is another expression of self-worth. Recognizing the finite nature of your time and energy allows you to prioritize what truly aligns with your values. Saying yes to everything often means saying no to yourself, and a person who values their dignity does not sacrifice their well-being to please others. People who honor their self-worth never resort to begging for attention, love, or opportunities. Begging erodes dignity and places your power in someone else's hands. Instead, they focus on living authentically, creating opportunities through effort and alignment with their purpose. This allows them to attract what's meant for them rather than chasing after what isn't. Dignity becomes especially crucial in the face of adversity. When confronted with rejection or failure, a person with dignity does not crumble. They may feel the weight of the challenge, but they hold their ground, knowing that their worth is not diminished by setbacks. They persevere with resilience, maintaining composure and moving forward with clarity. Relying on external validation is unnecessary when you recognize your intrinsic worth. Compliments and acknowledgement may be pleasant, but they are not essential to your sense of self. This independence allows you to act confidently and authentically, free from the need to constantly seek approval. Investing in personal growth is a natural outcome of valuing yourself. This isn't driven by a sense of inadequacy, but by a recognition of your potential. You strive to learn, improve, and cultivate meaningful relationships because you understand that you deserve to live the best version of your life. Your self-worth also has a ripple effect on others. People who see you respecting yourself are inspired to do the same. Your actions, rather than words, show that a life built on authenticity and dignity is a fulfilling one. Self-worth and dignity are about reclaiming your power. They allow you to move through life with confidence and clarity, free from unnecessary distractions or dependence on others. When you honor your dignity, you attract relationships and opportunities that align with who you truly are. This is not negotiable. It is the essence of living a life of integrity and fulfillment. Focusing on purpose is about aligning your life with a deeper sense of meaning and direction. It's the antidote to distraction, aimlessness, and the empty pursuit of superficial goals. Purpose isn't just about what you do, it's about why you do it. It's the driving force that gives your actions coherence and your life a sense of fulfillment. Living with purpose begins by identifying what truly matters to you. It requires introspection, a willingness to examine your values, passions, and long-term aspirations. This process isn't always straightforward. It may involve trial and error, but the journey itself cultivates clarity and strength. Purpose emerges from understanding where your unique abilities and passions intersect with the needs of the world. When you focus on purpose, you automatically reduce the temptation to chase fleeting validations or distractions. Your time and energy are limited resources, and living purposefully means directing them toward goals and activities that align with your deeper values. This focus creates a sense of momentum and satisfaction because every step feels meaningful, even when challenges arise. Purpose-driven living fosters resilience. When you encounter setbacks or adversity, your purpose provides a sense of stability and direction. It reminds you why you started, giving you the strength to push through obstacles. Without purpose, challenges can feel overwhelming and discouraging, but with it, they become opportunities for growth and refinement. A clear sense of purpose also shapes your relationships. You attract people who share your values and aspirations, creating connections rooted in mutual respect and understanding. Purposeful living doesn't leave room for superficial games or manipulative behavior. Instead, it demands authenticity and clarity in your interactions. Focusing on purpose doesn't mean abandoning joy or spontaneity. It means integrating them into a broader framework of meaning. You can enjoy life's pleasures, but they become more fulfilling when they contribute to a life of purpose. For example, a hobby isn't just a pastime. It's a way to recharge and enhance your capacity to contribute meaningfully to your goals. Purpose also cultivates discipline and accountability. When you're clear about your objectives, you become more intentional with your actions. You're less likely to procrastinate or succumb to distractions because you understand the importance of staying on track. Discipline becomes less about forcing yourself to act and more about aligning your actions with your aspirations. Living with purpose brings clarity to decision-making. When faced with choices, you can evaluate them against your purpose to determine which path aligns most closely with your values. This eliminates the paralysis of indecision and prevents you from wasting time on pursuits that don't serve your goals. Focusing on purpose transforms how you perceive success. It's no longer about external accolades or material achievements, but about living in alignment with your values and contributing meaningfully to the world. Purposeful success is sustainable because it nourishes your spirit rather than depleting it. When you focus on purpose, your life becomes a powerful, cohesive narrative. Every chapter, whether triumphant or challenging, contributes to a greater story. This alignment between your actions and values creates not only fulfillment, but also a legacy, one that reflects your authenticity, effort, and dedication to something greater than yourself. Intentional communication is a cornerstone of meaningful relationships and personal effectiveness. It's not just about talking, it's about connecting, understanding, and ensuring that your words align with your values and goals. It's the difference between speaking to fill a silence and speaking to create clarity, trust, or inspiration. Intentional communication begins with self-awareness. Before you speak, you must understand why you're communicating. Are you seeking to express your feelings, provide information, or resolve a conflict? This clarity ensures your message is purposeful and avoids unnecessary misunderstandings or wasted energy. Intentional communication requires honesty and authenticity. It's about being truthful without being hurtful, expressing yourself without manipulation or pretense. Authenticity fosters trust, as people feel they can rely on your words to reflect your true intentions. This builds stronger connections and reduces the need for guessing games or second-guessing motives. Another critical aspect is clarity. Intentional communication prioritizes being direct and precise. Ambiguity often leads to confusion, misinterpretation, and unnecessary complications. Whether you're discussing a personal matter or a professional task, clear communication ensures everyone involved understands expectations, needs, and outcomes. All listening plays an equally vital role in intentional communication. It's not just about speaking effectively, it's about truly hearing and understanding the other person. Active listening means giving your full attention, asking clarifying questions, and responding thoughtfully. This not only enhances understanding, but also shows respect and care for the other person's perspective. Respect is another hallmark of intentional communication. It involves recognizing the inherent dignity of the person you're speaking to, even when you disagree. Respectful communication avoids insults, condescension, or dismissiveness. It's about addressing the issue at hand without attacking the person, maintaining a constructive and open dialogue. Intentional communication also requires emotional regulation. It's natural to feel anger, frustration, or impatience at times, but effective communication happens when you manage those emotions instead of letting them control you. This means taking a moment to compose yourself, choosing your words carefully, and ensuring your message isn't clouded by unnecessary emotional reactions. Boundaries are an integral part of intentional communication. Knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to step back is crucial. Not every conversation requires your input, and not every situation warrants prolonged dialogue. Being intentional means recognizing when communication serves a purpose and when silence is more valuable. In a digital age, intentional communication extends beyond face-to-face interactions. Texting, emails, and social media messages are all forms of communication that should be approached with care. Thoughtless or rushed messages can easily lead to misunderstandings, so it's important to take the time to ensure your tone and content align with your intentions. The ultimate goal of intentional communication is connection and understanding. It's about building bridges, not walls. It fosters deeper relationships, smoother collaborations, and a greater sense of shared purpose. By communicating intentionally, you eliminate unnecessary conflicts, clarify expectations, and create an atmosphere of mutual respect and cooperation. Intentional communication doesn't come naturally to everyone, and it often requires practice. However, by committing to being more mindful of your words and actions, you can transform your relationships and interactions. It's a powerful tool for achieving your goals, deepening connections, and living in alignment with your values. Through intentional communication, you not only express yourself but also make space for others to do the same, creating a dynamic of mutual respect and shared understanding. Respecting boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships, fostering mutual respect, and protecting your own emotional and mental well-being. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define what is acceptable in terms of behavior, communication, and interaction both with others and yourself. Recognizing, setting, and respecting these boundaries is a critical skill for living a balanced and fulfilling life. Respecting boundaries begins with understanding that everyone has a right to their personal space, feelings, and preferences. These boundaries are not about rejection or avoidance, they are about creating a framework for respectful interaction. When you respect boundaries, you affirm the individuality and autonomy of others while protecting your own. Setting your own boundaries is an act of self-respect. It requires you to identify what makes you comfortable or uncomfortable and to communicate those limits clearly to others. For example, this could mean letting someone know you need time alone after a busy day or establishing work-life balance by not answering work emails during personal hours. When you articulate your boundaries, you teach others how to treat you. Respecting others' boundaries is equally important. It involves listening carefully when someone expresses their limits and honoring their wishes without judgment or resentment. For instance, if a friend says they're not ready to talk about a sensitive topic, respecting their boundary means giving them the time and space they need without pressuring them. Healthy boundaries require assertiveness, not aggression. Communicating a boundary doesn't mean being rude or confrontational, it means expressing your needs calmly and confidently. Similarly, respecting a boundary doesn't mean suppressing your own needs, but finding a way to navigate the situation with mutual respect. Boundaries are not static, they may shift over time as circumstances change or as relationships evolve. It's important to revisit and renegotiate boundaries when necessary. For instance, what was acceptable in the early stages of a friendship may need to be adjusted as the relationship deepens or as life circumstances change. Being open to these adjustments ensures that boundaries remain relevant and effective. A critical aspect of respecting boundaries is understanding that they are not personal attacks or criticisms. When someone sets a boundary, it's not necessarily a rejection of you, but a reflection of their needs and limits. By respecting this, you show empathy and understanding, which strengthens the relationship rather than weakening it. Respecting boundaries also involves self-control. There may be times when you want to push for more time, attention, or answers than someone is willing to give. Practicing restraint and honoring their limits is a sign of emotional maturity and respect for their autonomy. In the workplace, boundaries are vital for productivity and harmony. This could mean respecting a colleague's need for uninterrupted work time or adhering to professional communication styles. By respecting professional boundaries, you contribute to a culture of mutual respect and efficiency. Respecting boundaries also extends to respecting your own. Too often, people compromise their own boundaries to please others, leading to burnout or resentment. Recognizing when your boundaries are being crossed and standing firm in upholding them is a crucial act of self-care. Respecting boundaries fosters trust and security in relationships. When people feel that their limits are acknowledged and honored, they are more likely to open up, collaborate, and connect meaningfully. It creates a dynamic of mutual respect where everyone feels valued and understood. By respecting boundaries, yours and others, you create an environment where everyone can thrive. It's a practice that promotes healthier relationships, reduces conflict, and helps you live in alignment with your values and needs. Boundaries aren't walls to keep others out, they're guidelines that help maintain harmony and respect in every interaction. Embracing authenticity means living in alignment with your true self, your values, beliefs, passions, and unique qualities. It's about shedding the masks that society, culture, or others may encourage you to wear and allowing your genuine self to shine. This journey toward authenticity is both liberating and empowering, as it leads to greater self-acceptance, deeper connections, and a life rooted in purpose and fulfillment. Authenticity starts with self-awareness. To be authentic, you must first understand who you truly are. This requires honest introspection to uncover your core values, passions, and the things that bring you joy. It also involves identifying the aspects of your life where you may be compromising your true self to fit in or gain approval. Authenticity flourishes when you commit to honoring your individuality rather than conforming to external expectations. Living authentically also requires courage. It can be intimidating to reveal your true self, especially in environments where conformity is rewarded. However, embracing authenticity means taking the risk of being seen for who you are, even if it means facing judgment or rejection. This courage is essential because the alternative, living a life that isn't your own, leads to dissatisfaction and a loss of identity. Being authentic doesn't mean being perfect or unchanging. Authenticity allows room for growth and evolution. It means acknowledging your imperfections and embracing them as part of your humanity. It's about being honest with yourself and others about where you are while remaining open to learning and growing. Authenticity strengthens relationships. When you embrace your true self, you naturally attract people who resonate with your values and energy. Authentic connections are built on mutual respect and understanding, free from pretenses or manipulation. These relationships are deeper, more fulfilling, and more resilient because they are rooted in truth rather than superficiality. Embracing authenticity also means letting go of the need for external validation. When you live authentically, your self-worth isn't tied to the opinions of others or societal standards. Instead, it comes from within, from the confidence of knowing you are living in alignment with your true self. This frees you from constantly seeking approval and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Authenticity brings clarity to your goals and decisions. When you are honest about who you are and what you want, you can make choices that align with your values and purpose. This leads to a life that feels more meaningful and satisfying because every step you take is true to your essence. In a professional context, authenticity fosters trust and leadership. People gravitate toward individuals who are genuine and transparent. Authentic leaders inspire loyalty and respect because they lead with integrity, acknowledge their vulnerabilities, and stay true to their principles. Authenticity also involves setting boundaries and saying no when necessary. It means being honest about your limits and not compromising your values to please others. This may involve difficult conversations or decisions, but it ultimately leads to a greater sense of self-respect and freedom. Living authentically doesn't mean disregarding others' feelings or acting without consideration. It means expressing your truth with kindness and respect. Authenticity isn't about imposing your perspective, it's about sharing it openly while remaining open to the perspectives of others. The rewards of embracing authenticity are profound. It brings a sense of inner peace and alignment as you no longer feel the need to hide or pretend. It allows you to live a life of integrity, where your actions reflect your true self. It deepens your relationships, enhances your sense of purpose, and cultivates a profound sense of fulfillment. Embracing authenticity is a journey, not a destination. It requires continuous self-reflection, courage, and commitment. But the more you live authentically, the more you realize the freedom and joy that come from being unapologetically yourself. In a world that often encourages conformity, authenticity is a powerful and liberating act of self-expression. Cultivating independence is about developing the ability to think, act, and make decisions for yourself without undue reliance on others. It is not about rejecting support or collaboration, but about standing firmly on your own feet, embracing self-reliance, and taking responsibility for your life. Independence empowers you to live authentically, pursue your goals, and navigate life's challenges with confidence and resilience. Independence begins with self-awareness. To cultivate independence, you must first understand your strengths, weaknesses, and values. This awareness allows you to identify areas where you may be overly dependent on others and where you have the capacity to take greater control. Knowing yourself is the foundation for building a life that reflects your individuality and aspirations. A key component of independence is developing practical skills. Whether it's managing your finances, cooking a meal, fixing basic household issues, or navigating new environments, these skills reduce dependence on others for everyday tasks. Practical self-sufficiency not only builds confidence, but also allows you to handle life's uncertainties with ease. Independence also requires emotional strength. It involves learning to manage your feelings, cope with challenges, and make decisions without seeking constant reassurance or validation from others. Emotional independence doesn't mean isolating yourself or suppressing your emotions. It means recognizing that your happiness and stability ultimately come from within, not from external sources. Making decisions independently is a hallmark of a self-reliant person. This means considering advice and perspectives from others, but ultimately trusting your judgment. It requires weighing the options, analyzing potential outcomes, and having the courage to take action based on your conclusions. With each decision you make, you strengthen your confidence and ability to navigate life on your terms. Financial independence is another critical aspect of cultivating autonomy. By managing your finances responsibly, earning, saving, budgeting, and investing, you reduce reliance on others for financial support. Financial independence is not about wealth, but about having the resources and skills to sustain yourself, make choices freely, and avoid being constrained by external circumstances. Independence doesn't mean rejecting help or connection. True independence allows for healthy interdependence, collaborating, sharing, and supporting others without losing your sense of self. It's about creating relationships where both parties are whole and self-sufficient, but choose to enrich each other's lives through mutual respect and cooperation. A significant part of independence is developing a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. When you cultivate independence, you take responsibility for your growth, seeking out knowledge, skills, and experiences that strengthen your ability to thrive. Time management is another essential element of independence. Being able to organize your time effectively ensures that you can meet your obligations, pursue your goals, and enjoy leisure without needing constant reminders or intervention. Independence thrives on discipline and the ability to prioritize what truly matters. Building independence also means learning to say no. Setting boundaries and recognizing when to prioritize your own needs is an act of self-respect. It allows you to protect your time, energy, and resources, ensuring that you don't overextend yourself or compromise your values. The ultimate goal of cultivating independence is freedom, not just freedom from external reliance, but freedom to live a life that is authentic and fulfilling. Independence allows you to pursue your passions, take risks, and create a path that aligns with your vision. It instills a sense of empowerment, knowing that you are capable of facing life's uncertainties and making choices that reflect your true self. Independence is a skill that grows with practice. It's built through small, consistent steps, taking on new responsibilities, making decisions, and learning from both successes and failures. With time, it becomes a deeply ingrained mindset, allowing you to embrace life with confidence and clarity. By cultivating independence, you not only strengthen yourself, but also create a life of integrity, resilience, and genuine fulfillment. The value of time is immeasurable, yet it is often overlooked or taken for granted. Time is our most finite and irreplaceable resource. Once it is spent, it cannot be reclaimed. Understanding its worth and using it intentionally is a cornerstone of living a meaningful, productive, and fulfilling life. Time is the currency of life. Every moment offers an opportunity to invest in something valuable, whether that's your relationships, personal growth, career, or health. Unlike money or material possessions, time cannot be earned back or saved for later. This finite nature makes it infinitely precious and demands that we treat it with care and respect. Recognizing the value of time starts with prioritization. Not every activity holds equal importance, and not every demand on your time deserves your attention. It's essential to distinguish between what is urgent and what is truly meaningful. By aligning your time with your core values and goals, you ensure that you are investing in what matters most. Wasting time often comes from a lack of awareness or intention. Distractions, be they social media, endless scrolling, or mindless habits, can easily consume hours without adding any real value to your life. Being mindful of how you spend your time helps you avoid these traps and focus on activities that contribute to your well-being and purpose. Time is also a reflection of priorities. How you allocate your time reveals what you value most. If you consistently invest time in your work but neglect your family or health, it may be a signal to reassess your priorities. A balanced life requires intentionality in ensuring that each aspect of your life receives the time and attention it deserves. The value of time becomes particularly evident in relationships. Quality time spent with loved ones deepens connections and builds lasting memories. It's not about the quantity of time, but the quality: being fully present, listening actively, and engaging meaningfully. Neglecting time with those who matter can lead to regret, as relationships require nurturing to thrive. Productivity is another aspect of understanding time's value. Effective time management allows you to accomplish more without feeling overwhelmed or stressed. By breaking tasks into manageable steps, setting deadlines, and eliminating unnecessary distractions, you can maximize your output while still leaving room for rest and reflection. Time also plays a critical role in personal growth. The minutes you spend learning, reading, or reflecting compound into significant progress over months and years. Investing even small amounts of time consistently in self-improvement can lead to profound transformation. This principle applies to all areas of life: skills, health, finances, and relationships. One of the most profound realizations about time is its unpredictability. None of us knows how much time we have left. This uncertainty underscores the importance of living intentionally and making the most of every moment. It's a reminder to express gratitude, pursue dreams, and avoid procrastinating on things that truly matter. Valuing time also means respecting others' time. Being punctual, prepared, and considerate shows that you appreciate the time of those around you. Conversely, wasting others' time through lateness, indecision, or lack of preparation can strain relationships and reflect poorly on your character. The value of time is most deeply understood in hindsight. Moments that seemed insignificant in the past may hold great meaning in retrospect, and time that was wasted often leads to regret. To avoid this, it's essential to live with purpose and mindfulness, making choices that align with your values and aspirations. Time is a gift, and treating it as such transforms how you live. It allows you to focus on what truly matters, avoid unnecessary distractions, and create a life that is rich with meaning and purpose. By recognizing the value of time and using it wisely, you honor the most precious resource you have and create a legacy of intentionality and fulfillment. Accountability is a cornerstone of personal growth, integrity, and meaningful success. It involves taking responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes, both positive and negative, while striving to meet the commitments you've made to yourself and others. Far from being a burden, accountability is a powerful tool that builds trust, fosters growth, and drives you toward your goals. At its heart, accountability starts with self-responsibility. It's about recognizing that you are the author of your life. While external circumstances may influence your journey, how you respond to them is entirely within your control. Blaming others or making excuses robs you of agency, whereas accountability empowers you to take ownership and seek solutions. Accountability demands clarity of purpose. When you set goals or make commitments, accountability ensures that you remain focused and intentional. It keeps you aligned with your values and prevents you from drifting into complacency or distraction. By holding yourself accountable, you create a system of self-checks that propel you forward, even when motivation wanes. A critical aspect of accountability is honesty with yourself and others. This means acknowledging your mistakes and shortcomings without defensiveness. Instead of hiding from failure, accountability encourages you to learn from it, adapt, and improve. This kind of transparency builds resilience and fosters a mindset of growth and continuous improvement. Accountability is also about keeping your word. When you make a promise to yourself or someone else, following through demonstrates integrity and reliability. It builds trust as people come to see you as someone who does what they say they will do. Conversely, a lack of accountability erodes trust, damaging relationships and your reputation. In relationships, accountability creates a foundation of respect and collaboration. Whether in friendships, family, or professional settings, owning up to your actions and acknowledging their impact fosters open communication and mutual understanding. For example, admitting a mistake and making amends strengthens relationships far more than defensiveness or denial ever could. In a professional context, accountability is essential for success and teamwork. It ensures that tasks are completed, deadlines are met, and standards are upheld. Accountability fosters a culture of trust and excellence, where colleagues can depend on each other to deliver and contribute meaningfully. Leaders who model accountability inspire their teams to do the same, creating a positive cycle of responsibility and performance. Accountability also involves setting boundaries and managing your commitments wisely. Saying yes to every request without considering your capacity can lead to overextension and unfulfilled promises. Accountability requires you to be realistic about your limits and to communicate them clearly, ensuring that you can deliver on what you commit to. External accountability, such as working with a mentor, coach, or accountability partner, can be a powerful motivator. Sharing your goals and progress with someone else creates an added layer of responsibility, making you more likely to follow through. This external support can provide encouragement, constructive feedback, and a sense of shared purpose. Self-accountability, however, is the ultimate goal. Cultivating internal discipline and a strong sense of responsibility ensures that you can hold yourself to high standards, even without external oversight. It's about being your own coach, cheerleader, and critic, motivating yourself to strive for excellence while being compassionate about setbacks. Accountability requires humility and courage. It takes humility to admit when you've fallen short and courage to face the consequences and make things right. This vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength that shows your commitment to growth and your willingness to learn from every experience. Accountability leads to empowerment. When you take responsibility for your life, you gain the confidence that comes from knowing you have control over your choices and their outcomes. It liberates you from the passive role of blaming circumstances and empowers you to actively shape your destiny. By embracing accountability, you build a life of integrity, trust, and purpose. It's not just about meeting expectations, it's about exceeding them and becoming the best version of yourself. Accountability transforms challenges into opportunities, mistakes into lessons, and goals into achievements, creating a legacy of character, competence, and contribution. Emotional resilience is the capacity to adapt to and recover from challenges, stress, and adversity without losing your sense of self or well-being. It's about being able to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with strength, flexibility, and a positive outlook. Emotional resilience isn't about avoiding difficult emotions or circumstances, it's about learning to handle them in a way that fosters growth and keeps you moving forward. Emotional resilience is built on self-awareness. To be emotionally resilient, you must first understand your emotions, what triggers them, how they manifest, and how they affect your behavior and thoughts. This self-awareness allows you to respond thoughtfully to challenging situations rather than reacting impulsively or becoming overwhelmed. By recognizing your emotional patterns, you can also identify strategies to manage them more effectively. A key component of emotional resilience is emotional regulation. This involves recognizing when your emotions are escalating and taking proactive steps to calm yourself down. Techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, or positive self-talk can help to regulate emotions and prevent them from spiraling into stress, anxiety, or anger. Emotional regulation doesn't mean suppressing or denying your feelings, it means being able to experience them without allowing them to control you. Building emotional resilience also requires a positive mindset. It's about reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles. A resilient person understands that challenges are a part of life and that they can learn valuable lessons from adversity. This mindset helps to maintain hope and motivation, even during difficult times. When you approach life's challenges with the belief that you can overcome them, you develop greater confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Support systems play a crucial role in emotional resilience. Having a network of supportive people, whether friends, family, or colleagues, provides emotional safety and encouragement. Resilient individuals recognize the importance of asking for help when they need it and leaning on others for support. Building and maintaining healthy relationships ensures that you have a source of comfort and strength during times of difficulty. Another key element of emotional resilience is the ability to embrace change. Life is inherently unpredictable, and emotional resilience involves being adaptable to new circumstances, challenges, and perspectives. Resilient individuals are willing to let go of rigid expectations and find ways to thrive within new realities. Flexibility and openness to change allow you to move through difficult transitions without becoming stuck or overwhelmed. Self-care is also integral to emotional resilience. Taking care of your physical and mental health through regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient rest, and relaxation helps to strengthen your emotional endurance. When you prioritize self-care, you're better equipped to cope with stress and maintain emotional stability, even in challenging situations. It's essential to recognize that self-care isn't selfish, it's a necessary investment in your emotional well-being. Resilient people also understand the importance of setting boundaries and managing stress. They know their limits and can communicate them clearly to protect their energy. By establishing healthy boundaries, you can prevent emotional exhaustion and avoid burnout, which allows you to maintain your emotional balance even during periods of high demand. Emotional resilience involves a high degree of self-compassion. When faced with failure or setbacks, resilient individuals are kind to themselves. They understand that mistakes are part of the human experience, and instead of being harsh or self-critical, they practice self-forgiveness and learn from their experiences. This self-compassion nurtures emotional growth and helps to maintain a positive outlook, even in the face of challenges. Resilience also involves perseverance, the ability to keep moving forward despite difficulties. When faced with setbacks, emotionally resilient people don't give up. Instead, they find ways to keep pushing forward. This might involve adjusting goals, seeking new solutions, or developing new skills, but the key is persistence. Resilience is the ability to stay committed to your goals, even when the road is difficult or uncertain. Emotional resilience involves finding meaning in difficult experiences. People who are emotionally resilient often find ways to make sense of challenges, seeing them as opportunities for personal development or as stepping stones toward greater wisdom. By finding meaning in adversity, you transform pain into growth and gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Emotional resilience is not a fixed trait, but a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. With practice and intentional effort, you can build your emotional resilience and become more adept at handling life's challenges with grace and strength. It's a transformative process that helps you navigate difficulties, bounce back from setbacks, and emerge stronger and more capable with each challenge you face. Through emotional resilience, you not only survive hardship, you thrive because of it. Seeking mutuality means prioritizing relationships, interactions, and collaborations that are rooted in equality, respect, and shared benefit. It's about creating connections where both parties contribute and receive value, fostering an environment of cooperation rather than competition. Mutuality emphasizes understanding, compromise, and the recognition that both sides in any relationship or exchange have needs, desires, and perspectives that should be respected and nurtured. At the heart of mutuality is the idea of reciprocity. Healthy, thriving relationships, whether personal, professional, or social, are built on a give and take dynamic. Both individuals involved are willing to offer their time, energy, resources, and attention, while also being open to receiving these things in return. Mutuality ensures that no one is left feeling depleted or undervalued, as there is an ongoing exchange of support, effort, and appreciation. Seeking mutuality requires active listening and empathy. To understand another person's needs, values, and goals, you must first be able to listen with an open mind and heart. This means moving beyond your own agenda and truly trying to understand where the other person is coming from. It also requires empathy, the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and feel what they are feeling. When both parties understand each other's perspective, they can more effectively find common ground and work together toward shared objectives. Collaboration is a key component of mutuality. Rather than pursuing individual goals in isolation, mutuality encourages collective action. In a collaborative relationship, success is defined not by individual achievement, but by the shared accomplishments of the group. This spirit of cooperation fosters a sense of community and teamwork, where each member contributes their unique strengths and talents for the benefit of the whole. Collaborative relationships are not only more fulfilling, but are often more productive and innovative because they bring together diverse perspectives and skills. Seeking mutuality also involves a commitment to fairness and equality. It's about ensuring that each person's voice is heard and valued, and that decisions are made with the well-being of all parties in mind. This requires an openness to compromise and a willingness to find win-win solutions that address the needs of everyone involved. When relationships are grounded in fairness, trust flourishes and both parties feel respected and empowered to contribute their best. In practice, seeking mutuality means being intentional in your relationships. Whether you're working with a colleague, negotiating with a partner, or engaging with a friend, the goal is to create an exchange that is beneficial for both sides. This doesn't mean avoiding conflict or disagreement, but rather approaching these moments as opportunities for deeper understanding and growth. By prioritizing mutuality, you move beyond transactional interactions to relationships that are based on mutual respect, shared values, and a desire for long-term connection. Mutuality also requires vulnerability. When you seek to build a reciprocal relationship, you must be open to sharing your own needs, desires, and weaknesses. Vulnerability creates trust, as it shows that you are willing to expose yourself in a way that invites others to do the same. It's this openness that allows for true mutual exchange, where both parties feel safe and supported in expressing their authentic selves. Another important aspect of mutuality is support. In a mutually supportive relationship, both people are there for each other during times of challenge, offering encouragement, resources, and care. Mutual support fosters resilience, as both parties can rely on each other for emotional and practical assistance. This kind of support strengthens the bond between individuals, creating a sense of loyalty and shared responsibility for each other's well-being. In leadership and organizational contexts, seeking mutuality means creating environments where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute. When leaders adopt a mindset of mutuality, they encourage open communication, teamwork, and the equitable distribution of responsibilities. This collaborative atmosphere leads to higher morale, greater innovation, and better overall performance, as everyone feels they are working toward a common goal and that their contributions matter. Seeking mutuality also means practicing gratitude and appreciation. Recognizing and expressing appreciation for the efforts and contributions of others reinforces the reciprocal nature of the relationship. When people feel valued, they are more likely to continue giving, which sustains the cycle of mutual benefit. Gratitude nurtures positive energy, making the relationship stronger and more resilient in the face of challenges. In romantic or intimate relationships, mutuality involves deep emotional connection, respect for each other's autonomy, and the desire to grow together. It's about creating a partnership where both individuals support each other's personal goals and aspirations, while also working together to create shared experiences and memories. In such relationships, both partners feel that their voices are heard, their needs are met, and their love is reciprocated. Seeking mutuality isn't always easy. It requires patience, communication, and a willingness to compromise. There will be times when one person may feel that they are giving more than they are receiving. However, in healthy, mutually beneficial relationships, these imbalances are temporary and can be addressed through open dialogue and a shared commitment to maintaining a balanced exchange. Over time, as both parties work together to sustain mutuality, the relationship becomes stronger, more fulfilling, and more resilient. Seeking mutuality is about creating a world where cooperation, understanding, and shared goals are valued above individual gain. It's about building relationships and communities where everyone's needs are considered and met, where support is freely given, and where everyone's contributions are acknowledged and appreciated. In a world that can sometimes feel divided, mutuality is a powerful way to foster unity, connection, and collective well-being.